Orientation is locked. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of AndrewsFootball.com. And basically, I'm doing this video as a public service announcement. I was going to do my video after Thursday night football, possibly Friday. There's a lot of things I really still wanted to get a look at. There's a few games I'm interested in. However, I want to be very clear, all the games I am going to talk about today, and there's only one, and the rest of the games I'm going to bring up later, I don't like them as much as I liked the games last week. I'd use the analogy of $1,000. Thursday night football has now been bumped up to maybe a $2 to $250 bet. I'm not exceptionally high, but if you watch the other video, it's a lot lower. So what's happened, and that's why I wanted to do this public service announcement. For those of you who haven't paid attention to this game, and it's a stinker. I mean, you got 2-4 team going against a 1-5 team. However, something very, very unusual happened. The line went from 2.5, and I thought it'd jump up to 3. It actually logically seemed to be on the Broncos' side. Just the opposite, and it's dropped all the way to 1. And I used the Westgate app. If you want to do something else, I understand, but ESPN uses Westgate. I've stayed there a couple times. I liked I like the sports room that they have there. It's beautiful. I like the action that you can put. If you're a resident of Nevada, you can actually do all your wagering on your smartphone, which I really like. I live in Kansas, so I am not eligible to do that. So anyway, for those of you who aren't familiar with point spreads, games will usually fluctuate in half a point, 1.5 points in a day is very, very unusual. And what happened is heavy action was put on the Cardinals. And so once I saw this, I hit up Twitter. I have a Twitter account. It's Dan Rules. It's all one word, the letter U. After that's SUC. It's Dan Rules, you suck. Just a long story behind that, but it's just a playful thing. It's all one word. I thought about putting together an Andrews Football fan page on Twitter. I have one on Facebook, but I've spent a lot of time putting this together. I had to mute a lot of casual, unintelligent fans. I follow a lot of sports bettors. I follow a lot of football media personnel. Matter of fact, there's several on the Broncos that I follow that are very, very good. So hit me up on Twitter, but anyway, I hit them up. I didn't really get any feedback, but I checked out social media. I checked out some websites. Did something happen? And I didn't really see anything. So all indications were that I liked the Broncos in 2.5. I thought it'd jump up to 3. I would say no at 3 because I could see this game being 13-10. I can see it being a low-scoring game, but at 1 point, I mean, it's -110. So for those of you who don't know this, -110 means that you have to bet $110 to win 100. Off the top of my head, and I should have done this before I made this video, but 100 will pay roughly $90.91. So you bet 100, you walk out of the casino with essentially $191. So. And I really like that a lot. I didn't like it as much as the games like last week because both these teams are bad. But breaking down this game, at the beginning of the year, the only way Arizona would have been a good team is if they followed the Falcons' blueprint of getting to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, and that's scored over 30 points a game. And have a defense which was not going to be great, but they have some really good players on that defense. They could create enough turnovers. See, if you're in a shootout with the Arizona Cardinals, games 31-28, 38-35. The Arizona Cardinals defense has enough playmakers that they can create some turnovers, maybe a pick 6. They're good in that. But if you have to play a 14-10 game, which a lot of these other teams really want to play, except for the Rams, which have that high-flying offense, but they like to run the ball also, they're not really capable of doing that. Plus, now you have a rookie quarterback that's undergoing some growing pains, but as an organization, I like what they're doing because they have a young. I'm really high on Rosen, so I think they have a good young quarterback. They have some good pieces on defense. There's some. I did a little checking. I've already looked at several mock drafts already, but right before I logged on live, I went online, looked at some websites that have some mock drafts. There's a few tackles that I'm seeing consistently in the top 10. The Cardinals right now look like a top 5 pick. They're not going to take a quarterback, but not. This is kind of a weak class for quarterbacks, depending on who you talk to. Most of the people I talk to don't think it's a really strong class. So anyway, I'm kind of babbling, getting off topic. The main thing I wanted to touch base on is that the line made a huge drop from 2.5 to 1. So if you're in the Nevada area, or you're in Las Vegas, or you know somebody, online, some friends, whatever, take the 1 point. I feel very strongly Denver's going to win. The only way Arizona could be a good team is if they're scoring 30, 35 points a game. Their offense is one of the worst in the league. I know Denver's given up a lot of rushing yards the last 2 days. People are seeing David Johnson, but he's averaging 3.2 yards a carry. I think the Broncos know that they can win this game on the road. Keep in mind, I think this is a 6-7 win team. They're finishing 500 would be the ceiling. I really fully expect this to be a 6-10 team. Bottom line, that's just how it is for the Denver Broncos. So enjoy the public service announcement. Go ahead and put some action down on the Broncos. You're welcome for the news. I would, if you are in the Vegas area, get on this early. I'd be very shocked if it stayed at 1. I fully expect it to jump up to around 1.5, maybe 2 before kickoff. So if you haven't already, there's a little subscribe button off to the side. If you're not an Andrews Football subscriber, hit that button. Go bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. And until next time.